Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a Bulgarian eat fest, and here we have with us in the flesh a real life Canadian who's been living in Russia for 25 years. So he's going to give us his Canadian Russian take on these Bulgarian foods as well. Yeah, so take it away.
Both gents are going to try each type of food, and then they're going to rate it from 1 to 10, and then I'm going to also ask them to guess what it's made of. So let's start with the first savory, which is called lutenica.
Okay.
And off you go! I want you to be honest.
Okay. It's definitely got a very rich and fruity taste to it.
It's a savory thing, but it has a fruity taste.
Yeah, but usually when they say, when they talk about wine, they say it's very fruity, it's very, plump.
Right, okay. So what do you think is inside then, fruits?
I think it's tomato based.
Isn't tomato a fruit?
Tomato.
Tomato.
You say tomato, I say tomato. But yeah, it has some herbs, I think, in it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tomato herb. Of course, there's feta cheese.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a Bulgarian pizza.
Okay.
And now that you said pizza, actually, I can imagine this as a topping on top of a pizza. So, there's definitely tomatoes in there. As a food, I think I'd personally rate that maybe a 6.5 out of 10, because I wouldn't eat it for lunch and dinner. But it's nice, as a topping kind of thing.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I think as a snack, I like it. It's light, tasty, and I'm gonna go 7.5.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So my story about it, you were right. It's tomato based and peppers and aubergines and herbs and a little bit of sugar. But my grandmother and I used to actually make this with peppers and tomatoes from our garden. So when I was younger, after a long day of working in the garden in the village, she would make this for me, as a snack, and I'll just love it.
Okay.
So it brings back a very good memories. So the next savory thing we have here is zayobayo, which is a zrncho. I don't know if you've heard of that word.
Zrncho.
But before I tell you what exactly it is, I want you to try it.
Straight away, it looks like what we call a what's-it here. It's a crisp that we have here in the UK. What's-it?
Yeah, and we definitely have that in North America. And I think with the leading ones is they're orange color, and they're called cheese puffs or cheese something like that. But
It sounds very much like what's-it, because they eat orange as well, like a deep orange colour.
yeah.
You have more than one. It's not gonna bite you. Taste it. Take it in.
Melts in your mouth.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
When it disappears in a hurry. There's not a lot of nutrition in here.
Yeah. My grandmother used to say that it's there was a saying which sounds better in Bulgarian because it rhymes. It's hapnish nešto, gletnish nešto. You put something in your mouth, but you don't swallow anything because it just disintegrates.
That's right.
It's not much.
It's like into thin air.
Yeah, just disappears somewhere in your mouth.
For one straight away, it's definitely not as salty as I expected it to be.
Okay, and what do you think it's made of? Just the one general
Corn.
ingredient. Corn, okay. And you?
Yeah, I would think maybe some type of a corn base, some type of carb. But yeah, you've got me. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your 1 to 10 evaluation?
-1.
Wow.
Well, I'm on my health kick right now. So looking at that from my new health filter, it's not real high.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And would I change your mind if I tell you that this specific one is for boys, so there is some kind of toy inside I can give you?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, 0.
Oh. Okay, you have. What about you? Please tell me at least 1.5.
Well, okay, from a crisp point of view, or as I'm guessing you'd call it chips over there in Canada. That's very bad. From a crisp point of view, I'm going to rate it higher than I would usually because it's not as salty as a what's-it would be. It's not as messy as a what's-it would be. And if I can say this, it does taste a bit natural. So from a crisp point of view, I'll give this again a 6.5, same as Lutenica.
If your favorite is 5, but this is 6.5, do you mean out of 10?
Okay, I'll give it 6.5 out of 10 in general.
Okay, that's really good. 1 and I mean it goes to 3.5 on average, so it's not that bad. I liked it because there is different flavors, all of them salty, but the fact that it had a toy and it was really cheap, and even though the toy is really cheap as well, it's like that suspense of what's inside.
Wait a second.
But it's not healthy.
The toy would actually be in the bag.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the bag. Obviously, it's wrapped up in another package inside. So, yeah. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look, it's a big thing as well. Sounds like something exciting, which is not going to be for you because you gave it 1.
Actually, it was -1 and then it went to 0.
Wow.
It's actually, that's like a bullet that goes on the end here, and then and it'll just poof.
Yep, water. Sure, a toy thing, and for boys. Roasted sunflower seeds. So, when I was younger, and even now, grandmothers usually would gather in front of the block of flats and they would talk to each other and eat this, and then once I grew up and learned how to eat it, I'll have it as well. So it's and the thing is, when you start eating it, you want to eat more and more and more and more and more. So I'm not going to tell you how to eat it. I want to see what you're gonna how you're gonna approach this.
I might say in Russia, this is a national pastime, is to eat sunflower seeds.
That's it. That's it.
Like you'll see guys, they'll get around in a circle and they'll get down kind of like this, and they'll sit around in a circle and they'll start talking to each other, eating the sunflower seeds. Yeah, very popular.
And guys, not grandmothers.
Grandmothers will sit on the bench.
Okay.
And they'll eat these. Yeah.
Okay.
And,
okay.
And so you can do it with your fingers, but most
Did you say the whole thing?
Was I supposed to eat the whole thing?
Well,
what did John know?
Most of the Russians will put it in their mouth because they know how to, or they'll bite it like, and they got their teeth in it.
John's a pro.
I'm not sure.
And then so you take the seed out of it, but I mean that's with a lot of practice. Yeah. So I just split it with my fingers.
Right.
But like, imagine this with the speed 1,000 times faster. People that know what they're doing, So tell me now, you obviously know what it is made of. How would you rate it 1 out of 10?
Well, I'm definitely going 9. They're not expensive. Sunflower seeds are healthy.
Sure.
So a lot of people, whether they're kids all the way up to adults, will sit around, especially outside. Guys will sit around and they'll be talking and eating sunflower seeds. It's kind of like part of conversation. Really. I mean, a lot of guys will just, when you're sitting around shooting the breeze, you'll do it with sunflower seeds. That's really, really Russian culture.
Tell you what though, I can imagine people would lose weight eating these because it takes more energy to open them than it does to, than you get from the nutritional value of eating it.
That's why I said too that like if you do it fast, like, yeah.
I can't even open them properly.
Next one. This is going to be very, very sweet. It's called lokum, or as it's known in England, Turkish Delight.
So it's an onion
Yes.
Because look means onion, right?
Look?
Yes, but that's lokum, not look.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. So, lokum.
Yep. And what did you taste the thing inside? Which is, well, you can see it from the package, but what is it?
I haven't looked at the package,
okay.
So I don't know what it is. This doesn't taste like Turkish Delight to me.
Really?
The texture is Turkish Delight, 100%, but it doesn't taste like Turkish Delight to me always tastes like perfume.
Just because you've tried one type, there's loads of different types.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. There are different flavors.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you remember in Bulgaria when they gave you the one with pistachio or?
Yeah.
Like there was so many different ones with goji berries, with different fruits, or with nothing but with a taste of strawberry, or even with some nuts on top. Yeah. What do you think, both of you?
Well, it has walnuts, which is always nice. Okay, well, I would imagine it's probably high in sugar. Anything that jellyish around the walnut, I'm sure is high in sugar. For myself, I wouldn't eat them because we know. Yeah, the taste. I would give it out of 1 to 10. I'd probably put a 6.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're very much in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Give it less.
Yeah, for me, it's not what I know. My gran loves Turkish Delight, and growing up, I used to eat it quite a bit when she ate it. And it came in a purpley pink packet, and it tasted like perfume. And okay, that doesn't sound nice to say, but that's what I know Turkish Delight as. And this doesn't taste like that. I know it's different flavors, but I'm gonna give this one a 3. I couldn't eat that and enjoy it. I'm sorry.
I mean, I've chosen all my favorite food, and I'm getting like 3s and 6s, and you know nothing about food. Next one. So, because we're eating a lot of sweet stuff, the next one is halva, and I'm going to take a quick shot of it close up.
Which is the same in Russian.
The name? Halva.
The name, yes.
That does not look very nice. I'm sorry.
Actually, it's not bad. It's made from sunflower seeds.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. He's
supposed to get.
Did I spill the seeds?
Yes.
I am so sorry.
Okay, give it a try then. Now you know what it's made of.
It looks like pate.
Yeah, it does actually. I never thought about that.
You know when you get an ice cream cone?
Yeah.
It tastes a bit like the ice cream cone material.
Okay. Come on, rate it. I know you're gonna give both of you probably gonna give it something very low.
Me personally, I'm gonna leave it a 2.
Wow. When I thought it can't get any worse.
Well, I'd actually go high because I know it's made out of sunflower seeds. So even though it's sweet, and I'm not quite sure what the sugar content is.
Very high.
It's probably because it is really sweet, but I mean it's made practically like 100% just from sunflower seeds with the added with the added sugar.
Check you out.
Yeah, it's probably high in protein, and it goes really, really good with tea. When you're sitting around tea, coffee, halva after supper, very, very traditional in Russia. Mm-hmm.
So 2 from you and.
I'm a 7. Yeah.
Wow. Didn't expect that.
Yeah. Well, it's just the high protein content. It's hard to find a dessert that sweet that has that high protein.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, that's a very interesting combination.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Great. And the last one, which is a childhood dessert for me, is called medenka. Okay, and this is the medenka.
Medenka.
Mm-hmm.
I know straight away that medenka would have honey in there because I know that med is honey.
Good.
I can taste ginger. Is there ginger?
Actually, that's a very good point.
I was gonna say something on the line of ginger cinnamon flavor.
Yeah.
And in Russian language, honey is myod. Myod, which is med, M-E-D. It's spelled the same way in Russian, M-E-D. You just pronunciate the E more like an O. Myod. Mm-hmm. So I felt the same way. Yeah, I could taste that. Well, it helps when I heard myod. That there's, but we actually have like a honey cake in Russia.
Well, it says honey cake here.
There we go. Except for in Russia, our honey cake doesn't have chocolate on top of it. It's just plain pastry with the honey.
Yeah, I think that's how it used to be when I was younger, but obviously chocolate is so big now. They've started adding it. But I couldn't find ginger in it, but it does say that there is sunflower oil. So, rating?
Yeah, I think it's a real good 6.5.
Never get to 9.
But still, John's the opposite of me with food. I think it's not a bad food, but for me, and this is something coming from me, it's a bit too sweet for me. I want to give it a 3, 4, because it's not a bad tasting food, but it's not for me. 3 or 4. Okay, so is there anything else then?
No, that's all the 6.
All 6? Okay, well. Well, thanks, John. It was good to have you down to try the food, and maybe we can get you down next time. Is that good?
That's not how you sound.
Is that a Canadian accent or that more? You sound like that's like an American accent.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you do a British accent?
Right. Your bloody well right. You got a bloody right to say.
That's very good. I think that's better than your Canadian.
Okay. Oh, can we hear your British accent?
I can't. Do
Oh,
this
come on.
accent.
We've done our accents. You've got to do yours now.
Oh, you're right, love. See, I remember now the actual phrase that I can do. You're right, love.
I think that's it for now then.
Yes. See ya.